He's plastic. We put the pieces in. We can arrange them how we want. It comes with 30 or 40 pieces. It's great. The original Mr. Potato Head had 9 original pieces. What I want to do is take just a few minutes, talk amongst yourselves, and see if you can figure out what the 9 original pieces of Mr. Potato Head was. Go! I know the potato was not part of it.
Oh, because you have it on the thing. No cheating, get out of here. They're cheating, Tom.
I put the slide together.
There's no cheating.
I'm not giving anything away. Yeah. We'll take credit.
Okay, do we have any good guesses? Just yell them out.
Ears.
Ears, okay? Eyes.
Mustache.
Nose, mustache, hat,
Feet.
arms,
Pipe.
eye. Okay, these were the original 9. Mouths. There are multiple mouths, feet, hands. They didn't come with arms. Hands. Eyes, eyeglasses, nose, hat, felt pieces. Anyone want to tell me what the felt pieces were for? Look kind of like this, about that size. Hair. 1950. You really inventive. And then the pipe was actually something very contradictory. Very controversial. After they came out, about 5 years later, they said, okay, we're going to market one without a pipe because enough people complained saying, I want my kid playing with a pipe. So, that was the original Mr. Potato Head. But what can we learn from Mr. Potato Head? This is the one from the Toy Story. What can we learn? Mr. Potato Head has many faces. And the face we put on is very important. In a conversation, the face we put on is sometimes more important than what we say. If you walk up to somebody who's not so excited, and you're trying to tell them something exciting, they're not going to be very excited about it. If I'm up here telling the story or a sermon tonight, I'm like, I got Mr. Potato Head, 9 pieces, very important, here's the 9 pieces, have a good night. It's not going to be as fun as if I smile and have a good time. So what you say is very important. The smile that is here is the same as the smile track. You got to put the smile forward. And what we say is important. Going through what the scientists have done, because they didn't have anything better to do, they figured out there are 6 universal facial expressions. And here they are. And it's kind of like the color wheel. That's not all there is. That's not all you get to use. With those 6, you can mix them together and use them to make up to, a human can make up to 22,000 facial expressions. But we're going to cover the 6 prime, or 6 universal facial expressions tonight. Now, if we go to the next slide here. I was thinking, man, I could go through this and get some good pictures of all of those. There's fear on there, there's sadness, there's anger. But in honor of Father's Day, I just tortured my children. So, if we look at what's coming up, first.
Apparently that one didn't get. That's a surprise.
Surprise!
I did not get that one in there for somehow.
Yeah, surprise was not supposed to be there. That's cool. I can roll with it. First one should be fear. There we go. And I actually, for that one, I was hiding in the kitchen. Kayla came around the corner and I said, boo. She said, ah, and I clicked it. So, fear. Fear is a facial expression. Fear is something that we deal with every day in our lives. At least most of us do. And it's something that we can have happen like that. It can be something internal that nobody can see. Fear is very strong. You hear fear, you're like, snakes, heights, bungee jumping, skydiving. But I got good news. Good news comes out of the book of Isaiah, chapter 4. Don't panic, I am with you. There is no need to fear, I am your God. I will give you strength, I'll help you, I'll hold you steady, keep a firm grip on you. Now this verse struck me because it doesn't say don't panic, you can handle it. There's no need to fear, you've got this. It says I am. So we don't have to rely on ourselves to over our fears. The Lord's with us. I'm with you. I'm your God. I'll give you strength. I'll help you. I'll hold you steady. So when we're in our fears, when we experience fear, when we have to go through fear, we can hold on to the hope that God gives, that He will be there to get through it. That we don't have to go, man, I hope I can get through this. We can say, I know I'm going to get through this because God's awesome. There's opposites of fear. There's cheer, joy, happiness, confidence, and faith. These are the main key opposites of fear. And you'll see cheer and happiness a lot to get over your fears. If you use those two, cheer and happiness, a lot, and your faith, you can conquer fear. There we go. So the next one we're looking at is happiness. So after she realized I took a picture, she wanted a picture of smiley face here. So I got her scared. And I said, smile. Happiness is great. I don't know about you, when you walk around with a smile, you just feel a little bit lighter. If you see somebody smiling, you get happier. Happiness is one of those God-given gifts. It's contagious. And I didn't say that. My son did. And it says in the Bible, is anyone happy that can sing songs of praise? When you're worshiping God, you usually smile. You're happy. You know God's smiling. Proverbs 15:14. A cheerful heart brings a smile to your face. When you see that happy face, it just warms your heart. The next one, I got sadness. And there's a little story behind this picture. And I like this story. If anybody knows Melody, she doesn't like taking sad pictures. I said, be sad, take a picture. She kept laughing. I said, be sad. So I told her that, go ahead, go away, take more pictures, and come back. And when she came back, I told her she's in big trouble. She left out a pair of socks. They're going to be grounded for a week. I can't handle it anymore. And she started laughing. I said, I'm not joking around. You left these socks out. I'm tired of picking up after you. This is not something to be funny about. And then she gave me this face, I clicked it, and I gave her a hug and put her on her throat. That's the only way I can get a sad face out of Melody. But how many of us every day experience sadness? Depression. Low times in our lives. It can happen when we lose a loved one, or it can happen when we burn our supper. Sadness is low. I mean, you think of happiness and how much it brings warmth to your heart, and how much sadness brings coldness to your heart. And it says in 1 Peter, humble yourselves, therefore, under God's mighty hand, that he may lift you up in due time. Cast all your anxiety on him, because he cares for you. So when you're sad, go to the Bible. If you can cast your anxiety, your fears on him, he'll care for you. Go to a friend who cares. What happens when we lose somebody close to us? Do we go in a corner and then a couple weeks later we go out of our corner and laugh about life? Or do we get together with family and celebrate a life? We allow others to bring us up. We're never on our own. When you get down and sad and you're having a rough time, you don't do it on your own. You have to gather strength from others. Anger, on the other hand, he didn't need any coaching. He was mad at his sisters. Anger can get in deep. And I'm a little bit of a Star Wars nerd. The great Yoda said, anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Suffering leads to pain. And it's true. If you leave anger in your heart, it's going to build up hatred for whatever you're angry at. A person, a thing, your job. And eventually to pain. In James it says, post this at all intersections, dear friends. Lead with your ears, follow up with your tongue, and let anger straggle along in the rear. God's righteousness doesn't grow from complete anger. In other words, everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. Is it easy to do? If you have a little kid, no. If you have teenagers, no. From what I've heard, I don't have teenagers. My brother says it's amazing. But anger is a very easy thing to flip that switch, and the next thing you know, you're mad. And it could be something simple. Sometimes it's for the stupidest things. We're going about our business, next thing you know, something stupid comes along. Did you get my pot? No. I'm going to get my pot. It could be something small. And it could not be nothing about the thing that made you angry. It could be the 20 things that led up to it. Anger is such an evil thing that can get in your heart and eventually can lead you to sin. Anger is a hard thing to get over, but you can get over it. You just gotta let God do it. We don't have to talk about it. That's when we got a surprise. Show me my surprise. Is there a picture with that or no?
That works.
It can be a no value. You don't have to do
Yeah,
that.
I'm working on it right now.
He's a man on a mission.
I really just hope I got the right picture.
See, I got half of those. I see him in the factory working.
Yeah, it's going to be a surprise one way or the other.
Boom! That's a surprise. No, that's scary looking.
Okay.
Here, are you good? I can.
Yeah, we're good. Yep, we got it.
I did a surprise.
Oh, there it is. I found it.
He's not.
Boom. And let's try that.
Surprise!
Yay, Johnny.
Oh, I love doing all kinds of surprises. There's good ones like Happy Father's Day in the morning when you wake up. There's bad ones like getting up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom and stepping in dog poop. There's good surprises like tucking your kid in at night, and there's bad ones that stuff down his leg and getting to his bed. Surprises are so great and bad at the same time. Anybody got some good surprises lately that they want to throw up at me? Audience participation. There's so many of us.
Not recently, but when I found out I was going to be a grandma, that was a very good surprise.
There you go. Somebody else have gotten good surprises? Little surprises. How about a bad surprise? Anybody get bad surprises lately? I got the Layla one last night, so that was fresh in my mind. Okay, I'll tuck you in, Jack. So good.
I have a good one.
All right.
We went to a birthday dinner. We dropped the kids off with the grandparents. We come back to the house, pick the kids up. As soon as we walk in, everybody's like, well, I guess this could be good or bad. He walked. So he walked. Gavin took his first steps.
All right.
But we missed it. So it's a good thing because he took his first steps, and it's a bad thing because we were there. But he's been walking a little bit every day since then, so we got to see it. But
Great. Surprises can be so uplifting. It's awesome. You know, I was thinking, I tried to put Bible verses with each of these faces that we didn't get, 6 faces. And I could think of no better surprise in the Bible. And God has us beat surprises than when Mary, the ladies, found the empty tomb. That's an amazing surprise. That changed history from there on forward. And the surprise that the disciples got when they found that He did it. He beat that for us. No matter what kind of surprise you got, if you're proposing to somebody, or if it's a birthday present, you're going to Disney World, it doesn't matter. You've got to beat. I don't think there's any surprise that can beat that. I couldn't find a better surprise. I couldn't fathom coming across that tomb and finding it empty and hearing that He's alive and experiencing He's alive. All right, one more to go. We have disgust. That's the look I get when I tell them to try something new. There are many different things you can get disgusted at. Food, you can get disgusted at people, you can get disgusted at smells, all kinds of things you can get disgusted at. Where do you think, and this is a little bit more audience participation, I know it's hot. What do you think in the Bible? What do you think of in the Bible when you hear the word disgust? Did you raise your hand?
No.
Sorry.
Sorry. I don't know, when they were killing all the babies, that's pretty disgusting. The plagues were disgusting.
I was thinking about the place the other day.
the Good Samaritan.
People that are out,
Yeah.
turn their head and look the other way. Judas. Though you wish you had leave it on that one. Disgust is so universal, it can be on many different levels. Like I said, I try to match most of this stuff with the Bible, but I couldn't find any scripture that's discussed, but I think of the lukewarm Christians. And it actually says that he will spit them out of his mouth. The people that hear the word and don't put it in practice. And I can imagine how disgusted he was when he's praying the night before he gets arrested. And his friends couldn't say a word to pray with him. So what can we learn from Mr. Potato? Not Plato. There's many faces you can put on. But are you putting on the right face at the right time? And do you know all the faces you're putting on? I know I have a lot of work to put in this area. It'd just be so easy to just reach back and change the person. Take his arm down his head. Our facial expressions are the first things people see. So make sure you put on the appropriate face and learn from Mr. Potato that there are many expressions. So let us pray. Heavenly Father, I thank you, and I am humbled that I can share what you shared with me this week, Lord. There's few of us here, as I said earlier, but it doesn't mean anything to you. You're just happy we're here to worship you and hopefully learn something. Something about ourselves and something that we can use to further your kingdom. Lord, I just ask for blessings on the conference that they're having at Lakeside this week, that something is good out of it, that decisions that are made further your glory and further your church. Lord, I thank you for the youth annual conference last week, Lord, and the people that gave your lives to Christ. To you, Lord. It's amazing. Lord, I ask that you bless every person here tonight as they go about their week. They feel your presence. They feel your love. Lord, I ask that you be with the church and that we are doing things that you want us to do. Right here in Maxwell, Ohio. Lord, I thank you for the words that you've given me. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Our next act of worship is our offering. On the tables around you are a brown